As a contractor, I don't pay for materials I don't use. So why would I pay for stuff I don't need in my mobile plan? That's why my Biz plan from Verizon Business is so perfect. Now I can choose exactly what I want, and I only pay for what I need.
Right now, with my Biz plan, get our best price, as low as $25 a line. Visit Verizon.com/business to get started today. New lines only. Price per month with 5+ lines. Includes auto pay and paper-free billing and promotional discounts. Taxes, fees, economic adjustment charge. Applicable add-ons, prices, and terms apply. Guarantee applies to base monthly rate and stated discounts only. Add-on prices additional. Offers in March 31st, 2026.
I had that dream again. My small business needs to hire, but I don't use LinkedIn, and I hire wrong. So then I'm doing IT, and when I go to plug the servers in, they become sentient, and they won't let us access our network unless we forward their chain emails and memes to more and more and more people, and then I wake up.
Don't let hiring nightmares ruin your dreams. LinkedIn Jobs' new AI assistant finds and invites best fit candidates to apply, so you can discover talent you may have missed. Post your job for free at linkedin.com/quality. Start hiring today with LinkedIn.
There's a text by you to them talking about how you're going to mess them up with future tenants. Tell me about that.
I didn't write any text.
Who wrote it?
I wrote that text.
You wrote it, but you...
I said...
Did you write it from you or from him?
These are the plaintiffs, Tariq Simon and Rebecca Blazkowicz. Tariq says he and his girlfriend rented an apartment from the defendant, who promised to clean the place and make repairs before they moved in, and she most definitely did not. The place was a bloomin' bug-infested mess. The defendant refuses to discuss the matter and has also ignored their requests for a refund. They have no choice but to sue for treble damages in the amount of $2,700. This is the defendant, Nicole. She says she really worked with the plaintiffs and tried to accommodate their every request and spent a ton of time cleaning the apartment before the move-in date. Then, out of the clear blue sky, they sent her a text stating they weren't moving in and they wanted their deposit back. When she refused, the plaintiffs threatened to blackmail her. This has caused her so much stress, and there's no way she's refunding a penny of their money. She's accused of not cleaning it right. The defendant has filed a countersuit for $2,950 for legal fees and early termination charges.
All parties, please raise your right hand.
What you are about to witness is real. The participants are not actors. They are actual litigants with a case pending in civil court. Both parties have agreed to drop their claims and have their cases settled here before Judge Marilyn Millian in our forum, the People's Court.
Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas. Tariq Simon and Rebecca Blazkowicz?
Yes.
Okay, you are suing Nicole. You've asked me to be referred to only by your first name for $2,700 of a security deposit and rental fees in a place you never ended up moving into. You have a counterclaim against them for $2,950 for early termination charges and the balance of rent, because according to you, they should have moved in. All right, what's going on?
All right, basically what had happened was we found the apartment on Craigslist. We went in to look at it, and when we went to look at it, at first glance we liked what we saw. We heard that there were a couple of other people that were interested in the apartment.
So you had to lay down your money right that second.
No.
We didn't lay it down.
Because you gotta have what somebody else wants.
We didn't lay it down right that second, but like what we did was we told them that we were interested in it if they could like hold it for a little bit. And then when I got my paycheck the next week, we had went back and I had paid them $500 to hold it. They had asked for $625 in total to hold it. So we had given them $900 total, because when she had got paid, she gave them an additional $400 for the rest of the $625 that they had requested for, and about $225 toward first month's rent. And when we got into the apartment after looking at it for a while, we went in there the third week of December, and we noticed that there were bugs all over the floor. It was like disgusting and dirty. And
live bugs or dead bugs?
They were dead.
Bugs. And they had claimed that they had cleaned the whole apartment spick and span up and down.
But you weren't moving in the third week of December?
We weren't moving in.
Right.
We
You
just
weren't
went to
moving in
look
for
at
another
it.
2 weeks or a week and a half?
Correct.
Yeah, we just went to like look at it and see like what was going on, what progress has been done.
Okay. So you're looking at it and you say, hey, this place is still dirty.
Yeah, and we addressed it
And
to
they
them.
say, well, we'll clean it before you move in.
Yes.
Right. Okay. So get
And
to the part that you are trying to move in and something's wrong.
we are trying to move in, and
When? January?
It was about
January.
the 30th of December, Your
Yeah.
Honor, and we went in there, and I started doing cleaning. We were moving in our kitchenware, and we were looking around, and then as I'm cleaning the bathroom, I noticed behind the showerhead's falling out. So I look again more, like, in depth, and I notice it's dry rotted behind the showerhead. It's falling out. And at this point, like, as I turn the shower on, it's facing fully out, so it's actually going right on the floor. It's not even in the shower frame itself. So all the water's coming out onto the floor. And as he was doing the dishes, we put in the dishes, soaking them, cleaning them. We look underneath the sink, and it's soaking wet underneath there. And you could smell, like, the musty, moldy smell. And we had told them, like, we would like this fixed. They said they would put bug traps down for the bugs, because we had informed about that. Nothing was done. We went back 2, maybe 3 days later, less than that,
Yeah,
and checked
nothing
again.
was done.
Nothing, because
Yeah.
that was the weekend we were going to move in,
When did you tell them about that?
the 30th.
The
Well-
30th. Do you have that in text?
That do I? I have that on.
So when do you first hear that that there's a problem with the shower head and a problem with a leak in the kitchen?
December 30th.
Okay, so we're good.
That's
Go ahead. I want to see your phone anyway.
I only
All
have
right,
the
so
fourth.
go on. And when you hear that, what do you say to them?
We tell them that we'll resolve the issues as soon as we possibly can.
Okay, which was going to be when?
Well, we actually went down and put some bug spray down pretty much right away as soon as we were able to, maybe the next day. We didn't actually see any live bugs, so we weren't really sure what we were spraying for.
Well,
but-
probably the bugs that were dead, but when they're alive, that's kind of like
Yeah.
it's kind of the evidence of what you need to spray for.
We didn't. They showed us a couple of dead spiders. I'd love to see some photos because the apartment was not covered in bugs.
Do you have pictures?
The video is also in the phone. I can open. Up
Yeah,
the
would you
video
do that for me? Go
Okay.
on.
Yeah, so the other issue with the leak in the sink, there is no leak. I can show you a video of the sink running, and underneath the sink, no water damage whatsoever.
Okay, when did you first get wind that they were not going to move in?
January 4th,
How did you get wind of that?
text message.
And what did they say in the text message?
I'm sorry to inform you, but we would like a refund. I'm sorry you broke contract when we didn't do a walkthrough, or when Tarek and I did go in, you said it was clean and it shows it wasn't. I'm sorry, it's not for us. We would like the $900 refund, and we will cut our losses because it is not for us. I spent more time and money into cleaning than anything else. Tarek agrees with me, and I just want to start with a nice apartment with no issues, no bugs, no leaky sink.
Okay, so she mentions the leaky sink in
Yeah, so we actually got a text before about the
leaky sink.
I think we might have gotten a text about the leaky sink. I know we got a text about the shower head.
All right, did you fix the shower head?
I have actually a video of the shower working. So although they claim the shower head was out of commission, it wasn't. The shower wasn't actually leaking onto the floor, and I have a video right here.
Okay, first let me see her video.
Oh, by the way, this is what I was talking about when it comes to the shower being broken. Doesn't take a genius.
What was the real problem? Why didn't you guys want to move in?
We had no problem wanting to move in. We kept saying
So why
that
didn't
to
you move in? Because nothing that you're talking about is anything that can't be handled, and it's the stuff that happens when people own stuff. You know, it happens. Sometimes you got to fix this or you got to fix that. Let me see your video.
Which one, the sink or the shower?
Both.
This is the shower. I don't know if they had it running in their video, but the point.
No, they did not have it running in their video.
Okay, so I had it running.
All she showed was is that it was like a 1/4 inch separated
I mean,
from the wall, which is not a reason not to move in. The shower's running perfectly fine.
Yeah.
And the shower nozzle adjusts anyway.
Yeah.
And it's a
You could
big,
turn
it's
it.
closed, it's screened
It's enclosed.
with glass.
Yep, I have a picture of that as well if you need to see that.
No, I don't need to see it. Show me the
The
sink.
sink. So I took
Do you guys have pictures of the sink not working?
I don't even think we...
Is this your first apartment?
Yes, it was. In the first, I
Who's
believe.
counseling you guys? Who's giving you advice? Not a person, not a soul.
Really?
I wish someone.
Yeah, I wish somebody.
Had you signed a lease?
Yes.
Yes, we signed
Saying that
the
all
lease,
these
but
items would have been. They said the apartment would have been.
Show me your
up in
lease that you
condition.
signed.
I don't think
We didn't bring it in because we didn't.
Show me the lease that they signed. When you sign something and it's a contract and you decide to go to court to sue about it, you should find your lease. Where's your copy of the lease?
In the car, actually.
yeah.
Simply because
For
we
real?
didn't-
Wow.
Your Honor, the reason why we didn't bring it is because we didn't put it in as evidence
Yeah, I didn't.
for us.
What? That doesn't matter. You don't think I'm going to ask about it and want to know what the real terms are? This isn't. Oh, guys. All right. Okay, first of all, it says that 625 is just to hold the place between December 15th and December 31st.
Yeah.
Because they wanted to rent it in December, not in January. So it's just to hold the place. That's the lease you signed. So why would you ever, because you know they held the place, why would you ever get that 625 back?
The 625, we had actually had informed them regarding the apartment, saying that the 625 was for half a month's rent of the time we wouldn't be there to help them out because we knew that.
What are you talking about? That's what you can't unilaterally
We had-
decide what something is after you've already signed a contract deciding what something is.
No, we had decided this prior to signing the contract that we would put 625.
Did you or did you not sign this contract that says, I guess this is why you weren't introducing it into evidence, that says that the 625 was to hold the place from December 15th to December 31st?
Correct, that's fine.
Okay, all right. Did you have an inkling that maybe it was something different, that it had nothing to do with the shower? And
Yes.
What was that?
We have no clue what the reason, but we were willing to work with them to fix the issues that they brought to our attention that were in fact issues, and they simply did not give us enough time. There's a habitability clause in the.
That's the law. I mean,
Yeah.
look, it's either they have enough reason to break the lease or they don't. The things you're talking about are not substantial problems. The cleaning obviously was a problem because you cleaned. So that's not going to be a reason for you. And then these other things are things that are repaired with a plumber in one day if they actually need repairing, because her videos don't even show a problem. But I think it was a problem to you because you're talking about them on the 31st, but on the 4th, you're immediately trying to back out and get a refund. Not even just, hey, keep the money because we stalled you for a month and a half, because she can't rent it out in January anymore because it's already the month already started, right? So you know, keep that money, but just let us out of our obligation. No, it's let us out of our obligation. I found 2 spiders, and you owe me $900. I mean, it's so much more than that. Then you get a lawyer involved, and the lawyer tells you, no, you can't do that. And then at some point, there's a text by you to them talking about how you're going to mess them up with future tenants. Tell me about that.
I didn't write any text. I didn't write any text.
Who wrote it?
I wrote that text.
You wrote it, but you.
I said.
Did you write it from you or from him?
It was from me regarding to them.
But it wasn't from his phone. It was from your phone.
It was from my phone, yes.
Okay, all right. And what'd you say?
Actually, I would like to actually go. Can I go back a second
Sure.
when it comes to? I had asked. I said, can we have a sit down and conversate, like talk about the problems in the apartment? I said when they're going to be fixed and everything else. He stalled to respond back to me for, I want to say, till probably about 8 o'clock that night when he finally did answer me. And I kept saying, I said, well, we really.
Yeah. Adults don't always. They're not glued to their phone.
No.
Like this okay.
I completely understand that. But I'm saying is we were actually waiting. I was like, okay, well, I want to, have a conversation with them regarding the apartment. I'm like, just when are these items going to get fixed? And then me and him were talking throughout that day saying, what do we do? Are we going to take this apartment if we're going to keep having these issues? We were more nervous of the fact.
Having these issues, the issue just came up. I mean, how long do you think that it takes to call a plumber, to inspect the place, get the plumber over there, pay the plumber? That takes a few days. But you haven't even moved in yet, and it's the day you're going to move in, and you're like, that's it, we're out. I know we signed a lease, but not only are we not going to abide by the lease, but we want our money back, even though you held the place for us for a month and a week or whatever it was. And you want to sit down and have a powwow. Were you living in the same place?
We live upstairs.
Ooh, so it's going to be awkward. All right, and then you authorize your lawyer to offer to them that if they get all their stuff out of there, and they sign a waiver, you would what?
Well, they were actually threatening us in several ways. They wanted to call the town of Brookhaven and tell them that we have an illegal apartment, which we don't. They wanted to call Craigslist or contact Craigslist and tell them that we had a scam. Anyway, they were trying to threaten us.
Where do you get everything that you're saying? Because that's not in the text.
Oh, it's in the text. It says, okay, we said our lawyer will be in contact with you. Okay, and the fire department will be notified tomorrow, and so will the realtor. We are willing to, if you keep $200 for the inconvenience, and for us to notify the realtor or fire department and inform.
Fire department about what?
We had assumed, which we actually found out later on, that they were illegal apartment. Also,
Wait, you had assumed what?
That they weren't a legal apartment.
So you threatened them to call the fire department on them, but you didn't even have evidence that what you were saying was true.
We had found
Can I just tell you something? Don't let her handle stuff. No, because there's stuff that being a bull is really good. I know that as a fellow bull. Okay, and then there's stuff where being a bull in a china shop is not the right response because there's finesse involved. This is finesse. Trying to wiggle your way out of a 12-month lease requires finesse. And apparently she doesn't possess copious amounts of that. If that's how she's trying to get $900 back because there's a couple of spiders and leaks that you can't prove. Okay.
And the last line in that stream of lines says, I won't inform Craigslist that you're a scam either. So that's
how do you think, what reaction do you think that's going to have, that you're calling somebody fraudulent? And then she tells you that your lawyer's not even a lawyer.
Yeah. Oh.
And then your lawyer says to her, what is wrong with you? Google me. This is my name.
Your Honor, I had asked.
But later on, when she starts talking about messing us up, getting another tenant, she said in capital letters, and I apologize for the verbiage here, but with the wrong person, you don't know me. And this, I'm sorry, this actually evoked some pretty serious emotions in me. I have a little child, and I started to be concerned for my safety at that point.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. Is there any proof that the shower here is broken, really?
Not at all. I think that they should have reported it and let the landlord see it and took video, and then they would have been good.
Well, the landlord did take video, and the video shows that the shower works. Tenants out of luck here, or the plaintiff?
Yeah, the defendants do have some luck because they did take video, but I mean, since the plaintiffs didn't have any video, there's no proof of it not
So
working.
video's the key?
Yeah.
I think so too. Going inside the courtroom.
So here's where we are. Where do you get treble damages from? You don't live in a state that involves treble damages. Where did you get the idea that you could sue for treble damages? Okay, sounded good. All right, but see, here's a problem. Here's a problem, because for every action, there is a reaction. And our actions in life have consequences. Signing a lease has a consequence. Bailing out of a lease has a consequence. But coming to court and trying to get the refund has had a very major consequence, because now there's a counterclaim against you. And tell me about your counterclaim.
Okay, we are simply trying to regain the money we lost. The month of January, they gave us $300 towards that rent. We're simply asking for the $950 remaining money that they owed us for January.
Okay.
Now, in the lease document that you have, there's an early termination clause which says that they have to give us 30 days written notice and pay an early termination fee of the same amount, which is rent, so $1,250.
Did you sign a lease that said that you could terminate early, but you would have to pay an early termination clause?
Correct, yes.
You know that, and you still came to court and sued rather than... do you guys have children?
No.
Don't. Not yet. Not yet. You got to season yourselves a little more before you become responsible for another human being. You got the impression that they were having financial issues and that that's what this is really about. And you got that impression because at one point they asked for you to allow the $600 that was for holding the place to count towards rent, correct?
That's definitely one of the things we were concerned about. Tarek had sent a text message to my husband stating that Rebecca was leaving him, and he needed to get the $500 back that he had put down to hold the apartment. Immediately after that, we got some text messages from Rebecca stating that she was just trying to teach Tarek a lesson and that he needed to learn his mistakes about forgetting her birthday. So we...
Okay. What?
Your Honor, I didn't think you'd actually text them for no reason. We're people, we do fight, but at the same point, he knows I'm not leaving him.
Folks, what am I supposed to do with what you signed? Just feel sorry for you and let you slide? I don't let somebody else slide, but I got to let you slide. What am I supposed to do with you? What do you suggest I do?
I'm going to leave that up to you. If I could just make one additional comment before you rule. I have been under so much stress and duress because of this.
Why?
We need that money to subsidize our mortgage. And because we haven't had that, it's been financially stressful. It's just been unbelievable.
Yeah, I mean, it's very simple. When you sign a lease, there are consequences for signing a lease. And when you sign a lease, and when you decide, I'm washing my hands of this, you better know what you're doing when you do it. Because if a judge ends up disagreeing that it's a substantial breach enough for you not to move in, which is what's happening, because I don't consider either of the things you've complained about a real problem, because I can see that both things work on her videos, and I do not see that both things don't work on yours. I start to look at this and I think this is kind of a ploy because they just feel like maybe they got in over their heads. And your naivete comes through when you look me right in the eye and say, well, I didn't want to introduce the lease. Of course you don't want to introduce the lease, because the lease crucifies you. But do you think that that means that because you cover the sun with one finger that the sun is not shining? No, it's still what the facts are. Does your lease say that you're entitled to attorney's fees?
I'm not sure.
Okay.
I don't think it does, but I still feel that they've taken us to court and they've put us through all of this, and it's baseless. And as a result, we had to. Well, you're actually in court on your own, and you've done quite a fine job. Oh, thank you.
I find in your favor in the amount of the balance of the January rent of $950 plus the early termination charge that is right in the lease that they signed, for a judgment in your favor in the amount of $2,200 on your claim against her for the reasons we've already discussed. I do not find in your favor. That is my judgment. Good luck, folks.
Well, how come the plaintiff's empty-handed? I wonder if you're glad you sued. Were you
it's
kind
a
of
lesson learned.
Yeah. What have you both learned?
I need to watch what I say.
Watch what you say?
Definitely.
You mean what you said to the defendant? Those things is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
What did you say that you regret?
Everything. I really found them as nice people. We actually really did want to move in. It just turns out the apartment we found where the issues were something that we didn't really want in an apartment. We didn't want to go into having issues, not sure that they're even going to be fixed.
Are you two still a couple?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. Head right down there. Okay.
Thank you.
All right. So come on in here, and you satisfied with how this comes out?
I think that my main concern is the safety of my son, and I honestly don't feel safe right now. They know where we live, and I'm just really, really grateful and thankful that we have a security system installed, because I don't feel comfortable right now at all.
Harvey?
So to undo the lease, the tenants have to prove that this compromises their health or safety in a significant way, and not the case here. That will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
Here's to quitting. Quitting the couch for a quick run. Quitting the snooze button for a morning workout. Quitting giving up after 2 weeks. You see, staying committed to your fitness goals isn't easy. But with Apple Watch, you don't have to do it alone. Because Apple Watch gives you real-time motivation, plus advanced metrics that track all your workouts, so you can stick to your New Year's fitness resolutions. And once and for all, quit quitting with Apple Watch. iPhone 11 or later required.
Whether your business has 6 floors or 6 employees, Walmart Business has everything you need to save time, money, and hassle. You can restock your break room with bulk ordering, or bulk up your ordering team with shared payments. And you can get it all delivered straight to your business's door, whether that's on Wall Street or Main Street. Walmart Business. It's the Walmart you love, now for your business. Learn more at business.walmart.com.
This is the plaintiff, Joseph Paul Marinucci. He says he bought a car from the defendants, and when he went to get it inspected, they slapped a sticker on it stating it was undriveable due to a front-end problem. Now he's out all this hard-earned money, and he's here suing for the return of $4,500, the amount he's owed. These are the defendants, Leanna Carvalho and her son Adam. Adam says the plaintiff called him 15 days after the sale of the car and stated it failed inspection. The rude guy demanded his money back, but he told him too much time had passed and anything could have happened to the car and his possession in all that time. Well, he's sorry, but they owe the plaintiff nothing, and they think the judge will agree. She's accused of unloading a clunker.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case on the docket. The plaintiff bought a car from the defendant and says that they couldn't register it because it was undrivable. And the defendants say the plaintiff waited more than 2 weeks to complain, so who knows what he did. It's the case of vehicular manslaughter.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're welcome.
Joseph Paul Marinucci,
Yes.
you are suing Leanna Carvalho and Adam Carvalho?
Yes.
Okay, for $4,500, $3,800 of it, the amount that you paid for the car, plus the amount you paid for registration, plus your lost wages, because according to you, the car is a hunk of junk. Tell me what happened.
Well, I went to Adam's school on December 15th with my brother to look at the vehicle. I was kind of desperate for a vehicle as a snowstorm was coming.
In fact, I think the way you stated it in your complaint was you needed a winter car.
Yes, I needed a winter vehicle.
A winter car,
Yeah.
like just for the winter.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. Anyway, upon arriving at Adam's school, I noticed that the car was not in perfect condition as it was described in the Craigslist ad. We took it
Can
for...
I see the Craigslist ad?
I don't have that.
Do you have it? Yeah. May I see it? Okay, go ahead. Did he say perfect?
It did say perfect condition.
Okay, so go on.
The car was not in perfect condition when I arrived. There was ripped seat that I noticed immediately. Part of the headliner trim was sagging down.
In fact, according to you, during the test drive, he was holding up the headliner?
Yes, he was.
Okay, there were like 20 air fresheners?
There weren't 20,
Okay.
there were 5 or 6.
So why didn't you run in the opposite direction?
He continued to assure me that the vehicle was reliable and that it wasn't going to break down on me, and that's fine. Like, I'm just looking for a winter vehicle, something to get me to and from work during the snow.
What do you do with your cars after winter passes? You just change your wardrobe, like I change my wardrobe, you change your cars, you know?
Give them back, yeah.
So what happens here? Because you happen to live in one of those states that afford you guys a lot of protection. It lets you,
Correct.
regardless of any warranty or lack of warranty or as is sale, it lets you return a car if it fails inspection within 7 days. So you buy this car. How many cars have you bought in your life?
3?
Are you aware of what I just said?
No. I was under the impression, I did some research on the RMV website for my state. It says within 30 days I can refuse the sale of the vehicle if I discover defects or something that was concealed by the previous owner.
Really? Can I see that?
I don't have that
Yeah,
printed
that's
out
because
for me.
that's not true.
Okay.
I don't know what you read. You might have read that. I don't doubt you read that. Whatever you were reading is garbage in, garbage out, because that's not the law.
Okay.
All right, but so tell me what's wrong with the car. You end up buying the car.
Yes.
But you were asking how much?
$4,500 in the ad.
And how much did you accept?
38.
38. So you were able to negotiate some down.
Yes.
Based on what?
I found another car that I wanted to buy soon, so I decided to go down in the money.
Okay.
So I could sell it.
Okay. So had you had any problems with this car?
Nothing major, nothing with the running condition of it.
Okay. What kind of problems did you
Just
have?
a little thing, like he said, the hanger in the back, little things here and there, nothing else major.
Okay. Now, did you test drive it?
Yes, I did.
Did you have a mechanic look at it?
No, I didn't.
Okay. Then you get the car, and according to you, how long does it take for you to notice something wrong?
I noticed something wrong on my way home, driving.
So
from
did you
the
drive
school.
back then?
No, I didn't.
Did you call him?
I texted him when I got home.
Do you have that text?
Yes, I do.
May I see it?
Yes, of course. There you go. Thank you.
What day did you buy the car?
The 15th of December.
Is that accurate?
Yes.
You sent him a text. Any idea why it's so bumpy around 60 miles per hour? He answers, bumpy? Are you on a smooth road or a highway? There isn't any noticeable instability in the car, just driving, normal driving conditions for a 2003 car. You answer, on the highway, I get a lot of shakiness, like all 4 wheels had ice built up in the wheels, but they didn't. Are the wheels warped? It's not ideal driving conditions right now, he says. And then the next time you reach out to him is 2 weeks later. We have a problem. This car won't pass inspection. And you reach out to him December 30th.
Correct.
But you bought the car on December 15th. What was the date of your inspection?
The actual date was the 2nd of January.
Well, then how would you know December 30th that it didn't pass inspection?
I had brought it to an inspection station, and they told me that it was going to fail. And they
How did they know? unless they actually do the inspection.
So is it safe to buy a car off of Craigslist?
No, you never know what you're going to get when you buy a car that way.
That's true, but it could be cheaper. Is it safe to buy a car off Craigslist?
Of course not.
Why of course not?
Because you never know what is going
Okay, I get it. But what could you do to protect yourself if you buy a car off of Craigslist? Somebody should figure that.
First, take it to a mechanic.
Yeah, it's the same as a used car from a dealer. You take it to a mechanic.
Right.
Absolutely. Going inside the courtroom.
They could tell it was going to fail just from looking at it.
Why? What did they look at that told
The
them?
headlights and the exhaust failed immediately.
What was wrong with the headlights?
There are HID, like high definition lamps, bulbs in the headlights, which are illegal apparently in the state. And the exhaust is a custom aftermarket exhaust, which is also illegal.
Is that accurate? Did you put in any aftermarket stuff?
I put in the headlights with AK intensity, which are fine by anybody I've talked to, and then the exhaust were just dual mufflers, nothing with the full exhaust, just the mufflers. It changes the sound, doesn't make it
Do
loud.
you have any proof that he put some illegal items in the car that you will now have to take out?
No.
Because if you could, well, you know, how do you think you have to come to court with proof? Do you ever watch People's Court?
Yeah.
Okay, so you know I'm going to ask you that. So because I'm totally with you, as is or not as is. If a guy like soups it up and does a bunch of stuff that's illegal, and now you didn't know it, and you have to now take it in, and it's not and it's going to cost you $300 to remove it and replace it, then you get those $300. You understand immediately without, and then we go to the next issue.
Right.
But you got to bring me proof.
I was under the impression that I could just cancel the sale and that I didn't need to ask any more
Honey, where did you get that impression? Do you even have that for me to look?
It was right on the Registry of Motor Vehicles website under the lemon law.
You cannot, I don't know what you're talking about, and maybe you're talking about dealership law or something like that. This is an as-is used car sale. This is not, you have exactly 7 days to go ahead and take care of this business, and you didn't, did you? You waited 2 or 3 weeks because I guess you didn't know. Now tell me, I saw the inspection and I saw that certain things failed. Are there any of those things that he misrepresented to you had just been changed?
No.
Okay, all right. Have you taken the car to a mechanic to find out how much it's going to cost to fix those 5, 6 things that caused you to fail? Because you passed a bunch of other stuff.
No.
Okay, so then how do I know what you're doing? Again, that's because you were somehow...
I was under the impression
some misimpression that you could... Okay.
Correct.
All right, because it could be that you take it to a mechanic and the mechanic for $250 can fix these things. I don't know. I don't know what it is, but that would certainly... At best, that would be your measure of damages as opposed to getting the full amount of money back.
Correct.
Is this the first car you sell?
Yes.
Did you ever put anything in writing about it being as is?
Not specifically, but...
All right. No, but by default it is, but it's always a good idea.
Yeah, with the price.
All righty. Based on what I'm listening to, I'm sorry, Mr. Marinucci, but you're out of gas.
Really?
But hopefully, you know, you'll take that next step and find out what it takes to get it to a state where it will pass inspection and in time for next winter. You know, good luck, my dear.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Both sides of the line, please.
Well, as is, gets him once again. Step on up, step up a little bit. Yeah. What's your reaction to this right now?
Disappointed that I lost. I felt like I had a solid case, but justice was done.
Yeah, as is, as you know, what it means. It's happened so many times in this courtroom. What you could do is what to avoid a problem like this next time?
Next time, bring it to a mechanic beforehand.
Oh, there you go. All right, head right around the corner with everybody. And all right, this man seemed to know a little bit about the law. What do you make of this?
Well, he didn't follow the right steps and procedures to get his money back, so that's all I got to say with that.
What do you think happened to the car between the time you sold it to him and...
I'm not sure. I love my Tibby. It's a great car, but I'm going to miss it, I guess.
All right, going to sell any more cars this year?
Not this year.
Not this year? All right, Harvey?
Okay, when you buy any kind of a used car from a private person, there is a presumption that it's an as-is sale, meaning you basically take your chances unless you can prove there's fraud. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.
What if an appliance emergency didn't have to be? If your appliances suddenly decided they were done, don't stress. Best Buy has you covered with a wide variety of major appliances from trusted brands, in stock and available now. So you don't have to worry about laundry piling up, refilling the fridge, or that big dinner party you're hosting. Because Best Buy has the knowledge and expertise to get you the right appliance for your home. Learn more at bestbuy.com. Best Buy. Imagine that.
This is the plaintiff, Jennifer Gotay. She says she contacted the defendant, a real estate broker, to help her find an apartment to rent, which he did, and she moved in. 2 months later, the town inspected the place, discovered it was an illegal apartment, and she was forced out. When she contacted the defendant and requested a refund of the broker's fee she paid him, he told her it wasn't his problem. Wasn't his problem? We'll see about that. She's suing for $1,550, the amount she's most definitely owed. This is the defendant, Anthony. He says he's been in the real estate business for 35 years, and he's quite sure he's in the right on this one. As it turns out, the plaintiff and her boyfriend got into a dispute with the landlord of the apartment he found for her, and he got her evicted for non-payment of rent. Everyone knows if you don't pay rent, you get put out on the street, and that's just what happened here. He's accused of leading a lady astray.
All parties, please raise your right hands.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Next case in the docket, the plaintiff hired a real estate broker to find her an apartment, but it turns out that the apartment was illegal, and she got kicked out and she wants her money back. But the defendant says she got evicted because she's a deadbeat. It's the case of crib wars.
Thank you, Douglas. Jennifer Gotay?
Yes.
And George Williams, you have power of attorney for George?
Yes.
Who's George, your boyfriend?
Yes.
How old are you?
I'm 26.
Oh my gosh, you look so young. All right, you are suing the realty company. You've asked us not to mention the name of the realty company, represented by you, Anthony, who also don't want your last name mentioned. You're the owner?
That's correct. Your
Okay. You're suing them for $1,550, representing a broker's fee plus some moving expenses, because according to you, the broker put you in an illegal apartment. Tell me about that.
On May 29th, I had seen an ad on Craigslist for an apartment. When I called about it, he said it was no longer available, but he has something that wasn't even listed as of yet. And I went, the apartment seemed suitable. So we had signed a lease. I paid a month's security, a month's rent.
And you paid him how much?
$1,350.
$1,350.
For the broker's fee.
All right. And then what happened with the apartment?
About the middle of July, the town inspector came saying there was a complaint. She inspected it and told me that...
Who made the complaint? You did?
No.
Somebody else made a complaint?
There was, because I seen her outside. I seen the car outside, and I was walking to the car.
Who made the complaint?
She didn't tell me. She says it's
Okay,
anonymous.
so she comes in and what?
And she asked if she can see. She took pictures all around at the outside of the house. She came inside the apartment, looked inside the apartment, and took pictures and said that it's illegal.
Had you been paying your rent?
I didn't pay for July. I had lost my job. My
Did
mother.
you pay June?
Yes.
So you hadn't paid July, and there's an inspection, and the inspection takes place what day in July?
July 15th. I have a letter that she wrote for me.
Okay, may I see it?
Stating that it's illegal.
When did you move out?
When we started going to court in July, I moved out in August.
Okay. Did you pay up any rent that you owed the landlord, or
No,
or you
between
did
me
not?
and him, it was agreed that there was nothing owed. He kept my security.
Okay. She wants you to pay back the broker's fee because, as it turns out, within a month and a half, 2 months, month and a half, an inspector came and cited the place and said it had to be emptied. What say you to that?
From the time they moved in, they did not pay rent at all. If she has any proof of rent that she has made
No,
payments.
I think she actually said that she paid June when she moved in.
In order to move in June, yes, I had to pay 1 month's rent.
That's the time that she moved
Right.
in. He wouldn't have let her in if she didn't pay June, and that she did not pay July.
Right.
She said that.
She did indicate to the owner that that he had lost his job. It was a situation where they applied for social services. From my understanding, social services welfare had turned them down. And bottom line, after they had moved into the property, when they didn't pay the rent, the tenant called the town. She didn't happen to meet the town there by accident.
Oh, I don't believe that for a second. I'm not
Yeah.
stupid.
So does the plaintiff get the broker's fee that she paid back because it's an illegal apartment?
No, because she lived there for free and the property was secured illegally.
But it was an illegal apartment. Does she get that fee back from a broker who rented her an illegal apartment?
No, most definitely not.
Because?
Because she was living there for free.
So she gets some value out of it.
Yes.
Fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
She actually called the town because they got into a dispute. After they had moved in, they said, look, we can't pay the rent. We're applying for social services. He simply says, I don't want somebody with social services here, and that's not what we agreed upon. I want you to move out. They called the town on him, created all these problems.
The town doesn't magically, like a magnet, come to a place where, oh, isn't that convenient? Now I can break my lease. That's not how it works. The town comes when they're summoned, and they barely come then. And when they come because, and you let them in. Oh, come. You know, if you hadn't called them, you wouldn't be letting them in. Come on, follow me. Here's the living room. Here's the living room. That would not be happening. I do not believe you. You called the town. Having said all that, please explain to me the answer to the following. How do you as a broker earn your fee when you rent out to her an apartment that cannot be rented out?
Well, to my knowledge, it did have a permit, and he did not renew it.
Prove that to me.
I don't have that.
Then you cannot keep the fee. It's that simple.
Okay.
Because the only evidence I have from your town says this place is illegal. So if you're trying to tell me that 30 days earlier it was legal, I'll buy that. Show me some proof of it, because I'm not just going to go by you talking when you're in the business for 30-something years and you know exactly how to get that evidence.
She was evicted for non-paying of rent.
I don't care.
Oh, okay.
I don't care if she was evicted because she had pop parties.
Okay.
That is irrelevant. That's between her and her landlord, whether she owes him rent, whether she continues to stay there. I have one issue in front of me. It seems like, look, she can find her own illegal apartment. She doesn't need the broker's help for that. Mm-hmm. You hire a broker and pay a broker upward of $1,000 because you don't want to have to move and everything else. Now, if it turns out that this happens to be a bonanza for her because she has these other issues, which I believe, okay, then that's just your bad luck. I believe that you and your business have certain minimum standards, and this tiny little minimum standard is making sure the place can be rented out to the tenant. If you're going to charge her a fee to have her rent someplace, I believe that the minimum that you should be doing is making sure she can live there. And if she can't live there, then you don't have any business collecting your fee. And your answer to me can't be, well, no, at the time she could have lived there, because the guy had no permit at all. You know whether he had a permit. If he had a permit in June, you would be showing me that proof. I find in favor of the plaintiff in this case in the amount of the $1,350.
Both sides, hold on, please.
Well, here he comes out into the hallway on the losing end of the judge's gavel.
Yes.
How'd that feel?
Well, I think that she obviously came up with a fair decision at this point based upon the information that she was given.
Mm-hmm. Okay, that's fair enough. If you were the tenant there, would you have sued to get your money back?
Knowing what the tenant was doing, probably not.
I mean, you have to at least give a legal premises to the person.
Mm-hmm.
Right, okay.
Thank you.
All right, you're welcome. Well, he doesn't have much to say out here. What about you? How are you feeling?
I'm happy.
Right, about the verdict?
Yes.
Right. Well, how about where you're living now and how the conditions and how's everything?
It's legal. It's a beautiful garden apartment, and I'm happy.
All right,
and I pay my rent every month, so.
For the best. Good luck with everything.
Thank you.
There? Okay. Harvey?
So we've dealt with this before, where if the essence of a contract is illegal, what judges typically do in a situation like that is they put the parties back in the position that they were before they made the illegal deal. There are two ways of going, or the judge could just say, get out of my courtroom because you both did something illegal. That's not the case here, really. So what the judge does is restores the plaintiff to that position. It may seem unfair, but the fact is, the essence of this was illegal. You're not allowed to rent an illegal apartment. The broker shouldn't have done that. So you put the plaintiff back in the position that the plaintiff should have been in.